Well, good morning, welcome back to the channel. This is day 2 of my Tenerife training camp. Today heading out from Costa Rica. Thought why not on day 2 take on Mount Teide. This is the Syco-list. Let's get on with it. So taking in the morning views from the balcony at the villa before I head down for my breakfast, which I've done protein overnight oats with a banana and some blueberries, cup of coffee, just chilling in the garden, and then getting my products ready, the stalker products for out on the bike, and take some with me. Well, there you go, I've taken the TF82 out of Costa Rica, climbed up to a little town called Chio, and now taking a right hand turn. It's going to take me up towards Mount Teide and hopefully get up there in the next few hours. Definitely getting a bit busier out on the road now, which is quite nice to see some fellow cyclists out here. But yeah, just gonna settle into a nice rhythm now. Bit of a shock when I left the villa this morning. Said I had 3 climbs on the Garmin to do, and when the first one popped up about 2 miles from my villa, it said it was 28 miles long. So that's what I've still been on. It's been hard to get the camera out and film whilst on the sort of main road along the coast, but now that we're heading up into the national park, hopefully get some good footage. Wish I was going as fast as that, but to be fair, the climbing that I've done so far in just over an hour has been incredible for views like this. Well, let's push on a little bit and see how we get on as we get nearer to the top. Weather at the moment saying 20 degrees on the Garmin. It's a little bit of a breeze, not too bad, but probably need a jacket on the descent, I would have thought. Well, just to give you a bit of an update, we're about 2 hours in now, just over 20 miles done, and about 4,500 feet of climbing. Got about another 7 or 8 miles to go until we get to the top of this first climb that's shown on my Garmin. Yeah, definitely pleased that I left the 50-34 chain set on the front, because I think a 52-36 might have been a little bit challenging. Haven't used all the gears yet, but I'm not far from it. So this is the longest climb, or the longest continuous climb in Europe. I think it's about 30+ kilometers in length and takes you from sea level to the highest point you can get to of Mount Teide on a bike. So I think today we should have done somewhere in the region of about 8,000 feet of climbing. The roads out here are really good. Seeing a few more cyclists now as we get higher up into Teide. Just trying to remember to get my fluids in, eat as well. Temperature's not too bad. It's gone a little bit cloudy up here, but I'm guessing that's just the altitude that we're at now. I've got a small jacket for the descent later on, which I can't wait for. But before then, we've got to get to the top, because what goes up must come down. Just to give you a quick update, I'm still on Mount Teide climbing it. We are 25 miles in. Garmin is telling me we've got just over 1,000 feet of elevation to go. We've done just short of 6,000 feet so far. Just under 4 miles. Sun's out. It's been a bit weird up here. I've cycled through clouds which I thought only happened on Zwift, and now out into bright sunshine. So yeah, enjoying it. Tough, but enjoying it. So I just thought I'd stop here, give you a quick update. 3 hours in now of continuous cycling since I left the villa this morning. Just getting into Teide National Park now. Got about just under 1,000 feet of climbing left to go, and about 3.5 miles before I start to make my descent back down towards Villa Floor, and then loop round back to Costa Deji. But for now, the legs are feeling okay. Probably haven't fueled this one as well as I'd hoped, but for now, just getting it done, get to the top, have a bit of respite, and then make the descent. So all going well. So there you go then, all that climbing's worth it. I've managed to get up to the top. For now, on day 2 of my trip to Tenerife, I'm not going to take the left-hand turn and head out to the cafe at the cable cars, that's for another day. But for now, I'm going to take a right-hand turn, have a descent into Villa Floor, I think it is, and then a slow bimble back to Costa Deji. Hopefully the swimming pool is heated up when I get back, and I'll be able to rest these tired legs. But I will give you some footage of the descent. I just need to sort out a few things and might have to put a jacket on because I think the descent is going to be quite chilly. I'll see you in a little while. So this is the start of the descent back towards Villa Floor. As you can see at the top, it's blue skies and looking nice. I have put a raincoat on just to take off the chill at the speed that we're travelling at. And obviously I've sped up this footage a little bit. But as you see, the further we get down the hill and get into the clouds, the weather turns quite bad. And understanding that I don't really like heights, and being on the edge of a cliff was one thing, but being on the edge of a cliff and not being able to see beyond the barrier at the side of the road was quite a concern for me. And as you can see ahead, the clouds are there, and as this descent goes on, we end up going through the clouds, and I become drenched, soaking wet, and so cold it was unbelievable. My bottom lip, when I got to Villa Floor, I was physically shaking. I was that cold and wet, but I knew that I had to just get through the clouds and then I'd pick up the sunshine again and warm up. But as you can see already, the visibility is starting to reduce. Cars are still flying down with their lights and that on. I didn't have my lights with me. I thought I had them in my saddle bag, but I didn't have them with me. So I just had to get on with it and do what I could with the road ahead, trying to stick more towards the centre of the road just to give me a bit of movement either side, because the descending was fun but quite narrow in places, and trying to use the Garmin display as well to see where I was going, but when that got wet as well it became quite difficult, and I was just relying on the Garmin beeping at me to warn me of sharp bends, and it did become quite dangerous in places. It doesn't show at the moment, but as you see in the next few minutes the weather just deteriorates and I'm riding in thick fog and probably can only see sort of 15 foot in front of me. So the footage doesn't really do it justice, but as you can see it is foggy and visibility is really reduced, so I'm taking it careful on these sections. The roads were wet as well, which I didn't particularly want to come off on the descent, but I just had to manage getting through the clouds, which is what this was, just making me wet and cold, but I knew that I could get through it, get to Villa Floor, and then I'd be back in towards the sunshine to finish off the descending. I just thought I'd finish this video here. I'm literally about half a mile now from the villa that we're staying at. The ride is about 60 miles in total, up Mount Teide and down through Villa Floor and back. I have to say the descent coming back through the clouds, I got so cold and wet, it was not very nice, but as you can see, back now in Costa Rica, the sun is out. Views are amazing, and I've got a short roll around the corner now, back to the villa. The only unfortunate thing with having a really nice villa with views like we've got is that every ride is at the top of a hill, so just a final little push up now. And if you're liking the videos, then please do click the like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.